It's dangerous to podcast alone.
Came very close to starting with, "Hey, Emma."
Yeah, nope, this is not a full episode, so there's no need for jokes. Please don't make any jokes.
I had to fight the reflex, but will not be fighting the joke-making reflex ever.
It would have been really embarrassing at the beginning if you had done that, and then I continued, and then there'd just been a long silence where you realized that you had nothing to make a joke about.
Oh, Emma, as if you would have left that in the final cut of the episode, embarrassing me in front of all of our listeners.
Oh, yeah. I definitely would not have done that. You're right.
Sisterhood. Thanks for tuning in, listeners. As you may have picked up from our jokeless intro, this is a side quest edition of Talk This, where we give you our little news magazine version of what we've been playing, the weather, the traffic, but not really. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't, if you haven't been listening before, but you'll pick it up. The off-topic corner, and the question of the fortnight, but not that fortnight. Although, did you hear about their like cube thing that's happening right now?
Nope. What's the cube thing that's happening?
You remember you remember the mysterious cube? I feel like we have seen it in our limited playing a little bit.
I don't know if I remember the mysterious cube.
Okay, so
I remember mysterious things, but not specifically
So there's a
cubes.
mysterious cube, and like it broke open, and there are like cube monsters now or something.
Oh, interesting.
I should have asked my high schoolers about it today, but I'll ask the middle schoolers tomorrow.
You know what? I respect Fortnite for like their efforts to keep it fresh and like have like this ongoing mystery, random events happening. Like they could just not do that, but they do it.
Some people in my office were kind of like ragging on Fortnite the other day, and it took all I had to not jump in and be like, "What's wrong with you, you older-ish millennials? Why can't you just let the youth have something fun?"
I mean, if it gets to be a problem with your everyday life, then yeah, stop playing Fortnite. But it's fun. It's a fun time. If you need to unwind for like an hour, play like 5 matches, do that. Don't let anyone take that away from you.
Especially not the middle to older millennials.
Yeah, they're ruining everything. Like diamonds and cereal and stuff, so.
Add Fortnite to the list.
Older middle millennials just ruin everything for older generations and younger generations. Just the worst.
This is so unfair. Just on every level, this is so unfair. Anyway, I don't think either of us has been playing Fortnite in the past 2 weeks, but now is as good a time as any to boot up our save data. Emma, what have you been playing the past fortnight?
Well, I've been hopping back and forth between 2 different versions of Shibuya. One, still playing The World Ends With You Final Remix, and the more I play the game, the more I remember like why I loved it so much. It's just so hopeful and nice and great. It makes me feel like the world's a good place when it's sometimes not. Midterm season, am I right?
Oh, let's just not talk about it.
But exciting developments in Final Remix. I tried playing solo co-op, and you know what? It's not that bad. It's kind of fun. If I'm being honest, it's really fun. It like opens up the possibilities for pin combinations I can use for Neku, because I don't have to worry about using ones where I can also use my partner at the same time. And yeah, it makes me think really hard. Sometimes there's a lot of bright animations on the screen, so I sometimes like lose my cursors a little bit. But besides, like I can just press the Y button and they'll go back to the middle and I'll find them again. So it's not that bad. I wish I could set the one in my left hand to like left-handed mode, because it's a little awkward like trying to press across the controller to get to the A button, or what the A button would be. But yeah, if you feel confident, maybe up your level a little bit first. Try it out.
I don't think I've evolved enough to handle that, like genetically.
It's not as good as the DS version, because the DS version like knew how to you focused on one then the other and then one then the other, and one was like slightly more simple than the other one. So it had like a nice balance going on. This is just pure out like panic chaos, but that's also kind of fine. So
Okay, so jumping in a little bit, because I've also been playing some of the World Ends With You Final Remix in co-op mode. Can't believe I have to say that. In, really what I should say, in local co-op
yes.
mode. Nice reverb effect that you put on there, Emma.
Yeah, I know. I'm so great at audio editing.
So my theory, because I have a really hard time with my cursor. I feel like I'm constantly resetting my cursor. Are you constantly resetting your cursor?
Yeah, sometimes. I don't like it's not a problem for me because it's so quick. If it's drifting, try setting it on a flat surface for a second.
Okay, there are no flat surfaces in my apartment. One.
Or just like flail it around a lot.
Okay, but here's my theory. I think that this game would be a lot easier for me if my television was television sized.
Oh, well, yeah.
I think that is part of the issue that I'm having, is that I have to shift a little bit, or I move my arm a little bit, and suddenly my cursor is just completely whacked out.
Well, here's another thing is, like, you don't have to, like, it says point at the center of the screen, but it really just picks up, like, your relative movements. So, like, just set it wherever it feels comfortable.
I know. I just am not very good at this. I don't like the one-handed control scheme. I get why they do it. It's unique. It fits the game. Whatever. I'm not going to bicker with it, just personally.
Oh, no. I think the Switch port is super lazy and not well done. I think they really could have incorporated the original control scheme relatively easily, and also had the iOS control scheme, which is what this is. Like, had options for people, but they chose not to do that because they were lazy. That's how I feel about it.
Well, there's the hot take from Emma.
Yeah.
But I've been playing that. I think I'm into day 6 now, which, I thought day 7 was supposed to be the last day until I was texting Emma, and she gave it away.
Come on! You don't think the game is that short, right?
I thought the days were going to extend. I thought day 7 was going to be just some kind of mammoth, horrible day.
Have you looked at the cover art?
No. Who looks at the cover art, Emma?
Fine. Whatever. Yeah. But, yeah. You've got some time to go. I'll just say that.
Okay. Well, we are making our way through it. Co-op mode with Clickbait Boyfriend. And yeah, we have enough trouble. Well, not that much. It's not that hard, right? I have my thing scaled down, so I'm getting a lot more money. Mm-hmm. It's not enough trouble exactly, but we have enough figuring out the controls as it is. I keep putting pins on and not looking at actually how to activate them.
Yeah, you need to do that.
I'll be like, oh, it's a slash one, but I didn't look that it's like actually a draw a circle.
Yeah. I do that a lot too. When I like reload the game after like a couple days and then go into a battle without checking my pins, I'm like, oh crap.
What's with the getting peculiar away thing? Like, what's the point of that?
Well, in the DS version, it was to encourage you to not play forever, just like the food system.
Right.
Which is nice. It was to encourage you to pace yourself. And it also, like, if you get more, like, it can help pins evolve in different ways, too. The shutdown PP.
Interesting. Anyway, I interrupted your save data. Continue your download, please.
Well, I've also been exploring Shibuya in my current GameFly game, 428 Shibuya Scramble, which is a visual novel in the purest sense of those words, from Spike Chunsoft from, like, the 90s, that was, like, localized and brought to the West for, like, the first time this year. Like, in the summer, it came over here. And so it's basically just, you read it, and in the background there's actual, like, photo images and video, and sometimes, like, animations of real-life people who take on the role of different protagonists. And you're, essentially, there's, like, this whole, like, kidnapping, ransom, crime going on. and you play 5 characters who've gotten wrapped up in it in some way, or at least 5 characters so far. I don't know if they'll give me more. And you play through like an hour at a time, and each character's like the choices you make in each character's story like affect each other's stories. So you have to make sure you're making the right choices in each of the stories so that all of them get through the hour without like dying or getting some other variation of a bad end, which isn't always a bad end. Sometimes it's just like your detective really wanted to retire and become a farmer, but that's not how the story goes, so too bad.
So you're saying it's a visual novel adaptation of Boys Over Flowers?
No, it's not. Not even a little bit.
Okay, never mind. Disappointed.
Yeah. But it's really fun. Like, I got it because, I don't know, I like Spike Chunsoft, I like the Danganronpa and the Zero Escape series to different degrees. And this one was apparently, like, really well regarded. So I got it. I wasn't really expecting it to be exactly like this. And when I saw what it was like just these words, I wasn't expecting to enjoy it. But it's really funny. Like, it's really, really funny and great. You play as a mascot named Tama. She can't get out of her costume. So she's just a big old cat.
What?
It's so great. It has this she has like this theme music, even when things are going horribly. That's just like this really cheerful, upbeat tune. It's just got a great sense of humor, and some of the photos are just hilarious. Like they'll add like all these dramatic motion blurs, or they'll do like weird little like flash back and forth between one and the other, like sort of like they're moving with like little sound effects. It's just really well made for something that seems so simple to make, you know?
Well, I will trust you on that one. I don't think that one is going to come my way anytime soon. Not because it's not good, because where would I get that game?
Yeah. I mean, it's on PS4.
Well,
so.
It's going to have to wait at least 2 weeks.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just been Boston and Shibuya for me.
Well, speaking of Shibuya, The Adventures of Champ McDude.
Yeah.
All we do is play games that are set in Shibuya. That's literally it. This is the Shibuya episode of Talk This. Side quest in Shibuya. We're like Shibuya, am I right?
Yeah.
Sure no one has made that joke before.
No, tell me The Adventures of Champ McDude. It's been so long, I feel
know.
like.
I let Champ McDude rest for a long time. You know, he'd done some hard work. When last we left our heroes, in fact, things were not looking so good for the Phantom Thieves, my dudes, but they had not yet hit rock bottom. Now I think they have hit rock bottom. And literally everyone in Japan knows that I am a Phantom Thief. Not literally everyone, but about 3 people have figured it out in a single day.
You're not very good at hiding it, to be fair.
Like,
they come to you with, like, their problem, and then, suddenly it's solved.
I know. But just the fact that I also had the politician, like, okay, so spoilers for Persona 5, right? Duh, as always, with The Adventures of Champ McDude. So I reached my blood brother rank with the politician, and he was like, "You're a Phantom Thief." And I was like, what? How dare this guy figure out that I'm a Phantom Thief? I mean, it was very wholesome, but like, yo, dude, glad you're not going to sell me out because there's like a $3 million bounty on my head. Convenient time to figure it out. No good, Tora. Hopefully you're not really no good, because otherwise I am effed.
Yeah. And then did somebody else figure it out?
Akechi figured it out. Akechi, who needs to learn some boundaries.
He does not have any.
He's very weird in the coffee shop.
I know. Literally, I have vivid memories. Not vivid memories, but like it's one of the things that like sticks out for me in my playthrough is like coming back to the cafe and like being like, oh, there's somebody new at the bar, and then his face portrait pops up, and I'm like, oh god, why are you here?
We have a lot of weird jump scares. Talk This.
Yes, we do.
I had a weird one a few weeks ago that we talked about, and I can't remember what it was anymore.
It was on Boys Over Flowers when he broke the
Right,
dish.
the pottery. Oh man.
Mel just went,
I was shocked. Anyway, so Akechi figured this out. I mean, duh, of course he did. Although I was still on pins and needles of was he gonna announce us to the entire friggin' school.
Right? Yeah.
What the heck, dude?
Yeah.
Champ McDude. And then my man, not dad, figured it out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe I let Sojiro down like that.
He's very disappointed in you.
Yeah.
No more money for doing well on your exams.
I know, like 2 days before he gave me like a gift because I did well on my exams. And I felt so guilty. I was like, Sojiro. No.
This is why you don't break the law, kids.
No, Jiro. Sojiro, no. But I've been bonding with my friends. I finally got to debonair charm level so I can take Makoto out. So we went on the double date. It didn't go super well.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get smart now so I can hang out with the Shoju player. Because we've been really bonding, but...
Shogi?
Yeah. What?
Shogi?
Shoju is something completely different.
I think it's an alcohol, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shoju?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I know the game is shogi.
Yeah. Well, the shogi player. And, you know, I'm trying to bond with everybody. I gotta get my Valentine's Day event, you know?
Melon really wants to be beat up on Valentine's Day.
No, Brojiro's gonna save me. Can I romance, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Her name is gone.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good. I was afraid I was...
No matter what you say, the answer is yes.
I was afraid I was wasting my time dealing with her promise list, but I'm glad that I'm not.
Futaba.
Yeah, the name was just completely gone. Futaba,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Futabe, more like.
In my opinion, it's a little weird to romance Futaba, but you do you.
Champ McDude's a slick guy. He's a clever dude. People are still shocked that I'm smart. Surprise, surprise, even though I'm top 10 in the class. Dodged one of the chalks, but got hit in the face by the other. So, it's a mixed bag in Champ McDude land. But we are, we've entered the palace. I have not yet gone back because I've been avoiding playing because I like to go to the palace right away, but that's like a 4-hour endeavor. Mm-hmm. You know? You can't go to the palace when it's 11 o'clock at night and you just want to play like 45 minutes of a video game, you know? That's too much.
Yeah.
I did have the theory, although I don't think it's true, but it was a great theory for a little bit, that the interrogation was actually taking place inside of her palace.
Interesting.
Oh no, maybe I'm right.
I don't want to say anything.
I was like...
I don't want to say anything in one way or the other, but that's an interesting idea.
Right? Especially because at first we show up not as threats, so we didn't look like our persona selves. And I didn't realize you couldn't look like your persona self.
Well, it happened in Futaba's palace also, right?
Yeah, that was 1,000,000 years ago. So...
Well, it did. There you go.
Cool. We got another one of those animated scenes, which, like, why do?
Yeah. Well, the first couple are so good, and then the rest of them just feel like they just made the first couple, and I'm like, we're done.
Well,
okay.
An's boobs were not prominently featured, so that was a step up, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't the main focus of the scene, so, like, go. Good job. Top half.
There you go.
Otherwise, here, yes, I played Persona, we played Borderlands with you, still working our way through Chain of Memories, because the real motivation behind getting Josh to play this is I haven't ever played through the Riku half of it, right? But I didn't really want to play Chain of Memories.
Riku half has some odd localization choices. That's all I'll say.
Well, I've never played it, and I want to. Unfortunately, the clock is ticking on that, because Black Friday, folks, is less than 2 weeks away.
Ooh.
And this will probably seg nicely into this week's weather report. But So far, I've got my eye on the Target doorbuster deal of a $200 PS4 Spider-Man bundle. Our backup question for the weather report this week was, will I actually go to Black Friday and buy something a day of? Which, who knows, people. I'm trying to bet on, like, how busy will a suburban Target be.
Speaking of spending cash monies, what's our weather report, Madelyn?
So, this week, I had already seen one particularly tasty piece of Kingdom Hearts merch, sort of in the past month, which is that $40 Keyblade replica.
$40, man. Like, that's cheap.
Compared to the other ones that they've made, it is.
I mean, it doesn't light up or make sounds or anything, but that's kind of better, in my opinion.
I feel like it lighting up and making sounds, like, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
That definitely, like, that's worse.
Like, I don't want to swing it around. I just want to have it, you know?
Dual wield.
But then, Madelyn also saw the wonderful creation called, the Ugly Christmas Sweater Kingdom Hearts Edition.
Yeah, so it's got 2 cross keyblades. It's got silhouettes of all of our heroes plus Mickey Mouse.
He's not a hero.
Not in this house.
But he's there. He's on there.
He is there. For once. He's there.
It's a really nice shade of blue, too. I was thinking, like, it's not really an ugly Christmas sweater. It's like a pretty Christmas sweater.
Right? And I can get it 25% off. I'm getting a weird look from Click My Boyfriend. I don't really understand why.
He doesn't want you to talk about Mickey Mouse, his arch enemy.
You're right. You're right. I shouldn't say that name here. That name is banned. Anyway, our weather report is about whether we will purchase an exorbitant amount of Kingdom Hearts merch prior to the January release date of Kingdom Hearts 3.
And I mean, like, come on. I was, like, going back and forth on whether to buy, like, the deluxe exclusive
Emma
Kingdom
came
Hearts 3
this
edition.
close to dropping, like, $200.
Like, $250. Because it came with the Bring Arts Toy Story figurines for Sora, Donald, and Goofy. And I was like, that's pretty dope. I kind of wanted it, but I didn't get it eventually. But that money's got to go somewhere, am I right? I gotta feed my addiction.
So we're considering matching Kingdom Hearts Christmas sweaters. Although if I can find another Kingdom Hearts Christmas sweater, that would be preferable. So we could each have a different one.
That would be good, yeah.
So I'm going to have to start doing some research. If anybody has any leads on Kingdom Hearts Christmas sweaters, please send them my way. We were planning maybe a Talk This Christmas card, holiday card. Well, Christmas card, because Santa exists in Kingdom Hearts, right? Like, that's canon. So, Christmas. Sorry, guys. Haven't seen Hanukkah Harry yet, so...
Yep.
Sorry
I mean, there is all the other holiday worlds there, but Sora hasn't been there yet, so...
And Sora knows about Santa. How?
You know, Madelyn, people's cultures can evolve in similar ways.
That's crazy that everyone... had this simultaneous evolution of Santa Claus.
What if Destiny Islands was on Earth all along?
But then that doesn't make sense because Santa Claus isn't on Earth.
Santa Claus, like, has a gummy reindeer sleigh, obviously.
You're right. I don't know why I didn't think of that. You're
and
right.
That's how he can deliver all the presents, because the universe does not function in a way where time makes sense.
Warp drive. That does make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've already purchased my first piece of Kingdom Hearts merch of the fall season. Of course.
What did you buy?
My Heartless Funko Pop.
Right,
which just today I glued to the little wooden stand that I got for him so he can serve as an effective keyring.
They like announced like a bunch of Funko Pops, and all Funko Pops look a little weird. But they had one for like Vanitas, which is like, this should look normal, right? Because he has like a helmet. So, like, it should be Funko Pop nice. But his head is, like, square.
Oof.
I know. It's like, why did you make this choice?
Well, I've been seeing a lot on Twitter this week for whatever reason. A lot of people posting about just bad Kingdom Hearts figurines.
Yeah.
And they're real bad.
There's a lot of bad ones.
We've been looking at them at GameStop probably within these past 2 weeks, and they're not very good.
No, they're pretty bad. I mean, when you got Disney in there, you're gonna get some bad toys somewhere in there.
Santa!
Right?
Help!
Those are for the bad children. The malformed Sora.
Poor things. Anyway, it seems like the chance is 90% or higher that we will buy just an unfortunate... I mean, I need stuff for, like, when I'm playing, right? I probably should have, like, a cozy Kingdom Hearts onesie.
Dude, I have a Pinterest board of Kingdom Hearts recipes for me to make.
I was thinking about that. Snacks.
Eat them for, like, the overnight binge I'm gonna do of Kingdom Hearts 3.
I still have to work out how playing that game is gonna work in this household.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's your childhood, so...
I'm thinking what I'm gonna do... This is so off topic. We're gonna buy a lot of merch. Whatever. Off-topic corner is coming next, so I'm just getting into the spirit. I think what I'm gonna do is try to, like... Because, theoretically, at least at this point, my schedule is much more open this winter. So I'm just gonna try to send Clickbait Boyfriend away for a few hours so that I can start the game, and then we can kind of operate on that kind of 3-hour buffer for the rest of the playthrough. So that we can share the experience still, but that I can play it first, and we don't have to, like, weirdly, like, share a playthrough or something.
Well, I think that we should play the first 3 hours together.
No, you're totally right.
Skype it up, start it up at the same time.
You should stream it.
You can listen to me, like, cry or whatever. It'll be super fun. No, we shouldn't stream it. That would be bad.
Why?
Because I'm just gonna be so excited.
2 girls cry.
Yeah. Watch 2 girls cry over childhood.
Watch 2 girls cry as the opening tones of Simple and
over
Clean
a talking duck and a walking dog.
Oh,
and
I saw the greatest meme that I'm going to use in Clickbait Boyfriend next week, which is, what if Donald Duck had been the most important person to Sora? And it's Axel, and it's Roxas, and it's Donald Duck with the Xion hair.
No! I mean, who?
Who?
Whose hair?
Anyway, folks, buy us some Kingdom Hearts merch.
We will welcome it.
We've basically, like, when people ask us at Thanksgiving, what do you want for Christmas, we should ask them to just download this episode.
Yeah. All your answers are right there.
Anyway,
even the
folks,
ones you didn't want to know.
Put on that Kingdom Hearts onesie, snuggle into that limited edition Kingdom Hearts blanket, grab your Sora, Donald, Riku, Kairi, Goofy. I almost left out Goofy. Goofy's dead. Grab those plushes. Get all snuggly. It's time for the off-topic corner. But wait, look around you. It's not a cozy armchair. Why, it's a seat on a train, a plane, a bus?
Oh, no. What is this?
That's right,
What
people.
is this fresh hell?
Emma's apparently not excited. That's right, people. The Talk to Sisters, this spring, we're going on the road.
Or the Sky Road.
What?
Just to be precise. We are doing it. We just suddenly happened. But we're doing a lot of traveling this March, April, May.
And who knows, maybe beyond.
I mean, I'm not traveling in March. Madelyn is. Because she is coming here to Boston because we just got Thursday through Saturday tickets, or badges, to PAX East here in Boston.
Woo! Yeah. I am excited. Some of these panels look cool.
Yeah. And, like, of course, there's the show floor, too, to, like, see all the games there. I'm kind of embarrassed to say, well, I mean, I've only been in Boston for one spring, so I'm not that embarrassed to say. But I haven't been to PAX East before, even though I've been going to school here. So I'm very excited to go while I'm still in Boston and don't have to travel and can instead just make Madeline bring her own air mattress to my apartment.
I could do it. If I take the bus, no one is going to bother me about it.
There you go. That's all you need.
Although you had great experience with the bus.
Yeah, I did. It was awesome.
But if I bring an air mattress, it won't matter if my driver doesn't know where they're going.
Because you could just blow it up and take a nap. That seems like a bus thing to do.
Exactly.
But then after PAX, more exciting gaming news. We submitted a paper to, what is it? The Popular Culture Association Conference?
Yeah, there's PCA, ACA. I don't remember what ACA stands for. American Cultural Association, maybe?
Yeah, but we submitted an abstract for a paper that was accepted to be a presentation at this conference, which is in DC in April.
Yeah, as part of their game studies panel.
Yeah.
And it's based on Emma's incredible YouTube series, Play This.
Yep, we'll be talking about trying to find a way to, like, have a methodology or a place to work from when looking at gameplay and narrative.
We are
together.
We are super excited about this. It's gonna be super fun, and we're gonna be in DC. Talk This HQ DC.
Yeah, the original home of Talk This.
That's true. The birthplace of Talk This.
Yes. Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then finally, in May or June, somewhere around there.
Mid-May is what we're looking at.
Mid-May.
Maybe.
We will be going on vacation to Japan to celebrate my graduation from being safe and not an adult. Yay.
Your graduation into, as you just described these vacations, some fresh hell.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. I've only ever been to Europe before, so I thought it would be fun to go someplace that was not Europe. And that was a little bit different and wasn't totally full of, like, churches to look at. I'm sure there will be some temples and stuff that we can look at, but they will be different looking than cathedrals. So that'll be fun. I'm very excited about it.
It should be really great. I'm going to talk to you off the air about how we're going to scam NYU into maybe paying for some of our accommodations.
Really? Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, I know.
What will not be great is the flight to Japan, which will be probably really a fresh hell. But, that's okay.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll watch some movies. We'll bring our Switches.
It's just like 16 hours.
I think it's 13.
Good.
I think it's 13. Oh, man, that will be terrible.
I mean, depends on whether or not we have a layover, right?
Oh, you were talking about, like, a straight-up flight. Yeah, no, we will be having a layover.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to send good vibes to my friend Scott of Scott's Cheap Flights to turn up a Sweet Sweet Tokyo deal for me sometime in the next month or so.
Yeah. So if you've been to Japan and have any recommendations, we're thinking about, like, going to Tokyo first and then maybe Osaka or Kyoto. So let us know what you think is the best place to see in Japan.
Even if you haven't been to Japan. But
yeah, if you went to Japan, what would you want to see? Because we'll post it on Instagram, and it'll be basically the same thing.
Will we be cosplaying as Champ McDude in Shibuya? Maybe.
Why not, right?
We could totally do it.
We just need some plaid pants and a blazer, and we got it.
Champ McDude.
Anyway, speaking of Shibuya, your train is arriving.
That's not how the train sounds. That's how it sounds here.
This is Shibuya. What does it say in Persona 5? It always, like, announces it that way.
I think that was spot on.
What's your school's station stop, though? I don't remember what it is.
It's weird. It's with an A.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I fast travel everywhere.
Yeah. but it says it like that. Yeah. It's time for traffic report. Say, Madelyn, what's the traffic like?
So this week on the blog, we've got the usual traffic. Clickbait Boyfriend and Split Screen have been a little bit off their usual scheduled days lately, as Emma and I just drown in the pit that is early November.
Yeah.
But like literally, there should be 2 Split Screens and 2 Clickbait Boyfriends in the previous 2 weeks. Is the Clickbait Boyfriend, was it supposed to have been posted the week before? Of course it was. And I think I said on the last podcast that it was the last Split Screen. I was a liar. I wasn't a liar. I was just an optimist.
Uh-huh.
Similarly, I'm being an optimist now, but this time, instead of talking about a Clickbait Boyfriend that I had yet to really start, I just have to write the intro. No, I don't. It's Sunday.
It's up already.
It is already up. But it's up. I swear to you, readers of Clickbait Boyfriend, it was 85% ready to post on Monday, and I just didn't get to it.
Split Screen, it has also been up. There have been 2 editions, also not on their regularly scheduled Wednesdays, but they have been some good times.
It has been a wild ride lately. I say this every 2 weeks, but it only gets crazier.
Yeah, it only gets crazier. Coming up this week is actually my favorite episode of the Sports Festival, so that'll be fun for Madelyn to hate it, because she always does.
I don't always hate it. Don't demonize me.
And I'm sure Boys Over Flowers will be equally lovable and great. So
don't tell me don't say my villainic tendencies mean I must be a villain. Only I'm allowed to say that.
Whether or not we do a joint blog, I think I'll probably write a blog on The World Ends With You at some point, because it's a game that makes me happy. And I haven't done any of these for any of the games I've gotten from Gamefly, but I might actually do a 10 thoughts in 10 hours for 428 Shibuya Scramble.
A draft of one has been sitting on our blog for ages.
I know. My blue reflection 5 thoughts in 5 hours has just been sitting there rotting away. I didn't have very many thoughts about it. That's the problem.
You only had to have 5.
I know. That says a lot about the game, huh?
Anyway.
Maybe that could be the last point. That's it.
That'd be a good blog.
There you go.
Anyway, Emma, when can we expect updates on the YouTube channel?
Well, if all goes well, my new Play This should be up sometime this next week. And if not this week, next week, definitely the week after. Because schedules are for losers.
And Emma, give the people what they want.
And the Adventures of Noodletus, I will probably work on over Christmas break. When I have a break from school and I'm not drowning.
Keyblade in hand.
Yeah, I have all the stuff for that. It's just, to make it good, I want to do, a lot of editing to it, and that's going to be, some high detail sort of work. And I probably want to re-record some of the voice lines I did. I went back and listened to it. My Gladio voice is not great. I mean, it's hard.
You'll have to release
so I don't blame myself. But it's a work in progress. So, yeah, there's some editing to be done on that. But I think Christmas is when I'll do it. It'll be a Christmas present to all you listeners who celebrate Christmas. Otherwise, it'll just be a holiday surprise.
Or just a winter video.
It'd be a winter wonderland.
Anyway, folks, that's been the blog and our YouTube Talk the Sisters traffic report, but did you know that we also have social media? We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as Talk This Podcast, and there's some good stuff up there lately. We're finally getting back to our Instagram. You can see my dope election meme that I posted. I thought so. I thought it was hilarious. So check that out. Tell me I'm funny. On Facebook, we've had a couple articles go up. I may post or have already posted. Kotaku did a deep dive into what's going on at Her Interactive. That is the company that makes the Nancy Drew games. I got a little taste of this when I was researching for that episode. I was going to say a couple of weeks ago, but almost certainly it was in June, right? And I couldn't believe that Kotaku had, like, I was like, oh, I'll read this. Like, it'll be, like, a 2-minute read. And then I scrolled down, and I was like, this is a monster.
Yeah, no, Kotaku does great reporting. I don't always love all of their think pieces, but all their, like, reporting on games companies are always really fascinating.
Anyway, so right now, I'm excited to read that, but I'm probably excited for you to read it by the time this episode goes live. So there's lots of good content up there, and if you follow us, you'll be the first to learn about all of our blog posts and that kind of thing. Let's see, what else? Well, you should visit the blog at www.talkthispodcast.com. We've gotten some great comments lately in our from our comment form, so I want to shout that out. Some amazing stories about a lonely sim, and some great suggestions. Did you read that?
I haven't read it yet.
Oh my god, you have to go. You have to go.
Okay,
it's
I will.
So funny. And some suggestions for our Games in the Hat, which, by the way, we are getting to the point where we are going to be refilling our Games in the Hat, at least, as we pick them. So if you have suggestions, definitely get them in now, because who knows the next time that this opportunity is going to come.
Who knows?
If you're enjoying the show, you should also subscribe on a podcasting platform of your choice. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, all the podcasting places that you can podcast to your heart's content, podcast.
Yes.
While you're there, rate and review. We love that. So yeah, that has been the Traffic Report.
So, with all that out of the way, we're going to close up with our question of the fortnight. So, recent news has been that Legendary Films has acquired the rights to make a My Hero Academia live-action film, which is one of the shows we do on our split screen. And, I mean, the child actors are just going to be a mess regardless. So, I was wondering, with me and Madelyn, who would be our ideal live-action All Might?
Do I go first?
You can go first.
Okay, so my first thought was Chris Evans. Because he's done the, like, skinny to muscly thing on screen before.
Yeah.
Semi-successfully. Now, All Might is going to be a much more extreme case. But I thought, you know what, he's familiar with this. He's played Captain America. All Might is basically Captain America.
All Might's goofier, though. I don't know if Chris Evans can do goofy.
Okay. So, boy, do I have the dark horse pick for you.
Okay.
I don't know how he would do skinny All Might. Okay, we might have to cast someone else or totally CGI skinny All Might, but bear with me. Proud alumnus of the University of Miami, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Tell me he wouldn't be perfect.
Have you seen the fake live-action poster where The Rock is All Might?
No!
And there's just, like, a bunch of old people, like, playing Deku and Bakugo also.
No!
No, it's really funny.
I thought I'd come up with a great original Dark Horse casting idea, and it's already been done.
You know what? Honestly, I think... I don't know. I mean... I would have to see The Rock in a few more emotional roles also, because All Might has that range between very serious and emotional and very sort of goofy. But The Rock is not the worst choice in the world.
Wow,
honestly.
I'm sure he's really flattered to hear that.
No, but really, like, he has the right sort of attitude, I think. And, Chris Evans is, like, the skinny part was the edited part.
Why not double cast?
Because that would be weird. Oh my, why do you turn into literally an entirely different person?
Deku, I thought you were colorblind.
My stomach injury. Stomach injuries turn you into other people.
They do. Sometimes with me it does.
But honestly, like, that's the only person, like, I even could be like, yeah, maybe.
The Rock?
Like, maybe I just don't know a lot of actors. But I don't know enough, like big physically, actors who are, like, so lively.
I contemplated Chris Hemsworth. I mean, I know, like, Thor doesn't really do that, but maybe like, he does, right?
Yeah. No, Ragnarok's pretty goofy. That's actually a pretty good
And then you could make one of his brothers starve themselves to play Little All Might.
There you go. No, Chris Hemsworth, get back the longer hair.
Yeah.
That you can, like, do the spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sold on that, really.
Well, good. It's settled. Dwayne and Chris are gonna have to duke it out.
Top 2 picks.
To pick.
Who will it be?
Well,
only time will tell.
Next up, how will they animate, not literally, but how will they bring to life all of the broken limbs?
God, I don't want to know.
I will never see the movie as a result.
I mean, it's just sky high is the thing, right? Except their hair is funky colors, which is immediately going to make it terrible.
Emma, don't give away your proprietary secrets.
Oh, you're right.
She was telling me about this over text. I think she needs to be brought on as a hair consultant to determine which colors will work.
Yeah. So this is copyrighted, patented wisdom. But when looking at making a live-action anime movie, the first thing you do, I mean, there's other criteria besides this, but the first thing you do is look at the hair color of the characters. Is it green? Is it blue? Is it pink? Bad. Don't do that. Bad live-action choice. Is it black? Is it brown? Is it blonde? Good. Good natural hair colors. Do that one. Remember, patented. Okay? So if you use that, you have to pay me.
Do you think that Timothy Chalamet will play Deku?
God, no! No!
Chalamet is not his last name.
It's something Frenchy. Just like, they're gonna announce casting for that, and everyone would be like, God, no. Just God, no. That's the issue, is casting. God, no. Just a CGI creature, please. Mineta does not
can it be like Will Ferrell? I feel like it'd have to be like Will Ferrell or like Adam Sandler. This is where Adam Sandler could really turn his career around.
No. Yeah, the issue is really the casting. I think you could condense the first season of My Hero Academia into a compelling movie.
Easily.
If
you just cut all the flashbacks.
You cut out the Bakugo storyline. Like, as much as I like Bakugo, you just cut that out, and you have a good arc for Deku.
No, I don't think you even have to. There's so much flashback in it. I think if you just trim the flashback, like, that's enough. That's movie length.
No, I mean, you have to do the slime villain, you have to do training montage, test, some school life, and then you just go straight into villain attack at the end of the season.
When does Nick...
You don't want to overstuff it, right? So...
Do you think Nick Fury will show up in the end credits scene? Cool. Good. Just checking.
God, that's not even a question. Come on. That's not a question of the fortnight.
Especially if Chris Hemsworth is in it for sure, right?
If you haven't noticed from our rambling, I mean, it's noon on Sunday, but it's also really, really late.
This has been such a long day, viewers. Listeners.
So, before we get too off track, just remember to tune in next week if we haven't literally driven you away.
For 2 exciting games.
Beyond Good and Evil and the
Monster
Hunter World.
I knew it.
That's what we're talking about.
I knew the game.
Another franchise that is being made into a movie that looks really bad.
Starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I don't think it does, but it might as well.
Starring Timothy Chalamet.
So tune in for that. It'll be fun. It'll be a good conversation. And yeah, Madelyn, do you wanna sign us off?
I'm falling apart.
Good enough. That's good enough.
Listeners, no, I'm not done. Listeners, I hope this week makes you want to scream from the rooftops, Shibuya!